Alright, what's up, guys? It's Kaotic News. And I wanted to do a dive into these reports about UFOs being shot down over Alaska, Canada, by the U.S. I find it really interesting because half the reports you see, they say that it was balloons from China. And then another half of reports are saying that it was an octagonal object shot down over Lake Huron. And this is 11 hours ago. When I was looking it up right now, this said 2 hours ago. See, 8:55 p.m. Yeah, so this was today. So let's listen in on this.
More about the third flying object shot down by the U.S. military in as many days.
Shot down.
This is the latest one happening early this afternoon over Lake Huron. NORAD issuing this order, briefly closing the airspace over Lake Michigan as that object made its way across Wisconsin and then Michigan. It was first spotted yesterday over Montana, although authorities had said it was not a threat. Well, today's object was shot down over northern Lake Huron, and yesterday one was shot down over Canada's Yukon territory, and on Friday one was shot down off the coast of Alaska. Authorities saying that...
So that's 3 in 1 week. And they're all coming from the north, from the Canadian, Canada.
Authorities saying that all of these are not at all like the Chinese spy balloon, which was shot down a week ago over the Atlantic. These new items are apparently much smaller. The one shot down today was described as octagonal in nature and was traveling at about 20,000 feet. And that is much lower than the other objects that were flying yesterday and on Friday. All of them were unmanned, and it is not clear exactly who they belong to.
I think now that we have collected the information off the balloon that traveled across the United States, we have the ability to find these balloons, or these objects, I should say, and shoot them down further away from the continental United States.
The wreckage of the object shot down over Lake Huron has not yet been recovered, and efforts are underway to completely recover the wreckage of the objects in Canada and near Alaska.
Okay. That's interesting. And then you got this video. Oh, I have it slow down. My bad. I was trying to capture that image. So, there was a UFO spotted in the China Sea. Also, what the heck? See, and that's an interesting thing, because at this time with the whole tensions and everything getting so heated between China and the U.S., we're seeing drones, is what I think they are. But UFOs, unidentified flying objects, they don't know what they are for sure until they confirm it's unidentified. You know, everybody likes to jump to alien spacecrafts when you say UFOs, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. That's the one over the nuclear plant. See, so that's interesting. Let's see what reports are saying now. Aliens not ruling out. I'm gonna just type UFOs and then see what comes up over the last couple of days. Or this week, I guess, yeah.
The estimated haul time is now 90.
So this is the Lake Huron.
Alright, buckos, so you might want to clench your butt cheek. Directed by NORAD from the Sun. I will link both of those videos at the end, and I have a second channel for content just like this. This is my gaming channel, so do not is the F-15 or F-22. Okay, so that's the claim here, and they have fired the missile that is approximately $380,000, man. Like, they are burning a lot of paper on this one, and Project Bluebeam has never been this relevant. And this clip is going viral right now. It was shared by CBK News and also Drip Marvel, and a lot of people are talking about it. But however, I want to point you in this direction. One, if you think it's Project Bluebeam. Two, if not, NYT report.
See, that's interesting. They want to bring out Project Bluebeam. Because essentially what Project Bluebeam is the use of drones to project images into the sky. For example, Spider-Man Lake Homecoming. That whole, where they, you know, he creates the villains with the drones flying around and you can't tell that they're drones because it's projecting an image. And I would say about 7 years ago it was a big thing, and there was a lot of cloud cities being seen. Cities in the clouds. And it was really odd, really weird, and there was a lot of videos of the same thing.
Reporter asks, have aliens or ET been ruled out? NORAD commander said that I haven't ruled out anything. Oh shit! I wanna play this clip. Roll it.
Hi, thanks Pat, and thanks for doing this. This is for General Van Herk. Because you still haven't been able to tell us what these things are that we are shooting out of the sky.
Yep.
That raises the question, have you ruled out aliens or extraterrestrials, and if so, why? Because that is what everyone is asking us right now.
Yep. That's the biggest question right now.
Yeah, thanks for the question, Helene. I'll let the intel community and the counterintelligence community figure that out. I haven't ruled out anything. At this point, we continue to assess every threat or potential threat unknown that approaches North America with an attempt to identify it.
Helene.
See, look at this map. Okay, see, I was thinking that they were all north. And like when I think Canada, I'm thinking here. But no, they're spread out, coming from all directions. It's almost, I don't know, like if it was China and these were all balloons, I would almost be like searching to see if there's anything all around us. I mean, if I'm the Pentagon, if I'm the president right now, I'm definitely trying to figure out what is going on, why so many objects are appearing all at once. But see, the interesting thing is that they're being seen in China too. And that just makes me feel like it's drones, and we're pulling out our technology that nobody knows about yet, possibly.
Cooper, New York Times.
And check this video. I want to play you this clip. One in the chat if you think it's Project Bluebeam. Two, if not, those of you that are unaware, for newbies, for the rookies out there, Project Bluebeam is essentially a conspiracy for fake alien invasion, man. I'm not sure.
No. I mean, it gets led and derived to that, but essentially what the project is trying to use drones or that type of technology to project. Okay, yeah, that's right. That was a part of the conspiracy, is that they want to project a fake alien invasion so that we are scared into doing something at the time of which they want to utilize it.
Sure, if that's real. I want to know your thoughts on it immediately.
U.S. officials have confirmed to ABC News that another high-altitude object was shot down Sunday afternoon over Lake Huron, According to one official, it was shot down by a U.S. military aircraft.
And essentially, it was an octagon shape that was around 20,000 feet. So the Chinese, China number one.
See that? 40,000 feet was the first one. 20,000 feet. That's high for a drone. You gotta think, what is a mile? 5,000. Let's see, let's look this up real quick. So 5,280 feet is a mile. 20,000, so that's like 3.75 miles. So you gotta have, I mean, they got drones that go really, really far distances, so that's not out of the realm.
The Chinese balloon was 60,000 feet, and then they shot another UFO down yesterday. In fact, 2 UFOs yesterday in Canada and US. One of them were around like 40,000 feet. There's leaked videos everywhere. There was another leaked video that I will likely cover in the next video, so definitely subscribe. On the second channel, I will be covering that on the second channel. I will link you that at the end.
Today's in
Alien surveillance drones before attacking. Possibly. I mean, this is really interesting, but it just seems like all a distraction to me. Like they're trying to get us to not pay attention to something else. It's like the earthquakes over in Syria and Turkey and the coincidental time those were brought upon with everything that's going on tension-wise with the, I believe it is Syria wanting to attack Turkey again or vice versa.
incident comes one day after another unidentified object was shot down on Saturday, according to officials. This one over the Yukon in Canada.
Damn.
The object first detected Friday night, Canadian and U.S. planes scrambling to scope it out. President Biden speaking to Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, giving the green light for
Justin Trudeau, and I'm in Canada, let me know. He says that I spoke with President Biden this afternoon, Sleepy Joe.
And I just don't know, there's like, before wars like World War II, Vietnam, Korea, there's always a provocation from one side or the other trying to propaganda provoke the other side to do something so they have reasonings to do what they're doing or to attack or whatever it is. And I don't know, like we amped up our forces in Ukraine and we're sending tanks now. And I haven't really heard the response of what Russia said to that. And it's also interesting that you're not hearing about UFOs being seen or heard in Russia.
Oh, where my U.S. homies at?
Look that up real quick. Let's do some Twitter searching. I just want to see keywords. What comes up if we look up UFOs in Russia? Latest. See, China and Russia have the capabilities to enter U.S. airspace undetected and then make themselves known. I'm not seeing anything about UFOs being seen in Russia. What is this? I think that's about the earthquakes. Just using hashtags. Huh? What's this? Let's translate this real quick. UFO police Russia. It's not it's not translating it. Translate from Russia. It's not translating it.
Sedyeye sabitlendi. Bir mucizede
Some type of
termal hava sıcak serum takviyesi.
I feel like there's a lot of clickbait. Okay, interesting. All right. Were we all the way through that? Let's go back
That's
to
Sleepy
this.
Joe. Canadian forces will now recover and analyze the wreckage. My guy, they already know everything. They would have. You're telling me it's been 2 days. Where's the wreckage? Where's the wreckage?
U.S. F-22 fighter jet to
That's true, but we all know that they're not going to come out and say anything right away, if they do at all.
take the shot. Trudeau thanking the long-standing partnership that monitors.
Because I mean, if they find out that it is, I don't know how you can necessarily tell them if there was some writing on the side of it saying made from wherever it's from. But I mean, if they find out that it is Chinese or Russian, there's going to be a lot of thinking upon what to do now. Because everybody knows or fears or senses World War III coming. And it is not going to be good for anybody, humanity scale. I feel like everybody's trying to do what they can to prevent it. What would be the key thing to distract everybody, to get everybody to unite on one united front? An alien invasion. Agenda 21. There's a lot of things I looked back in 2015, 16, 17,
the sky
18.
and the sea, writing, quote,
Jade
thank you to
15 was
NORAD for
hugely
keeping the watch over North America.
Taken as a conspiracy, but was far from that.
And I also spoke with President Biden. And
Yeah, so he said that on Twitter. Ladies and gentlemen, they found this UFO on moon. They're not gonna talk about it, okay? They found this, or click the video on the left.
But, okay, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. That is interesting, though. Let's see what this has to say.
Therapy for me, I think when the pandemic happened,
Once again, the United States F-22 fighter jet is in the news. This time it has shot down an unidentified object over northern Canada. 1 week ago, if you remember, the F-22 shot down a Chinese spy balloon off the coast of South Carolina.
That's a good picture right there.
I have made a video on it. I'll put the link of that video in the top right corner. In that video, I have also explained briefly about the F-22 fighter jet, what are its strengths and weaknesses. So if you're interested in knowing that, please watch that video. So this time the US fighter jet has shot down an unidentified cylindrical object. Here is the tweet of Canadian President
That looks straight up like a blimp.
Justin Trudeau, where he has personally ordered.
Is that a legit picture? I want to see. No, there's even diagrams upon how it was shot down and what was used. Jeez. Yeah, that's a news channel trying to fill in some dead air space. Alright. So that's supposedly what it looked like. And I seen like a video of some, looked like police or military pulling out the balloon out of the ocean with ships. No, I want to see that. No, don't do that stupid stuff. I mean, that's kind of cool. Let's see what happens when you do that. Arrival. That's funny. When you look it up with a Google Lens, it pulls up Arrival. Oh, here we go. Speco Technologies. Oh. I mean, because it's circular, I guess. Watch. Shoots down spy plane. Let's see what this is about.
Package, rank 1, mistake, Charlie, Zulu, 535, bullseye, 01115, 61,000, heading 140, right.
I mean, that's pretty smart. Take a DCS video, which is a digital combat simulator.
High fidelity line on the coastline, looking for YouTube.
UFO shoot down in China real? Okay. I mean, we can look into that. We'll look into that next. But let me comment on this real quick. DCS is a digital simulator game.
6
saying this has gone viral.
When you are observing the DOI at 6 nautical miles.
Video
this is an amendment to the game plan
of the
based on the
balloon
limited
being shot.
ability for Eagle 1 to bound. Copy restrict.
That's pretty cool.
Rank 1, blast
My
1.
bad, I'm nerding out.
That is a take kill. The balloon is completely on its out. Rank 1.
Okay. Anyways, let's look at this. UFO China C or CA. It should be China C. That's interesting. Yo, these clouds right here. That's very distinct of no, hold on. I'm trying to remember when it was. I think it was dang it. I have pictures of it too. I'm gonna have to find that. Maybe do a video. Okay, hold on. Yeah. I don't know why when I look up missile shoots down meteor, because that's what it looks like to me. Look at that. Tell me that ain't similar. I don't know, coincidental, I guess, but that is very, very interesting. I should probably filter this, but I mean, so what are they saying? These are lights that were being seen? That was underwater? Kind of look like the Phoenix lights, amber lights. Let's watch some videos maybe. Let's go to YouTube. Oh, and see, it's so hard to get anything. That video right there, the UFO shape. That looks like the quote-unquote Trident missile test that the U.S. we did over. That's interesting. Okay.
Don't buy solar panels. Seriously, there is a very good reason why we're saying this. If you're thinking...
Oh, this is the same video I was watching before. Was this like POV?
UFO.
I wonder if was it Dark Skies Watchers has anything on this. I think it's Dark Sky. Yeah, Dark Sky Watcher. Nah, he hasn't been doing nothing much. What about Dabu? Oh, he's got something from...
This is WWIII. I want to share with you guys here some footage that shows
10 days ago. So it was seen 3 days before they actually shot down the first one. Interesting. Hold on, guys. I'm going to share this stream real quick so we can get some more people engaging, commenting, saying their opinions or what they think. See, I really hope that it's not some type of drones, surveillance from China, because that just means they're really preparing for war. You know, and that the way things are amping up and escalating, it's just, it's really frightening upon what's going to happen. And it's not that I'm not ready, prepared to do what I got to do to help fight, protect our country. I'm a veteran. I served in the U.S. Army. I don't know, man. It's a lot of things from different directions, especially with the earthquakes. It's just coincidentally at the same time there's now UFOs going on across the world while Syria and Turkey are trying to rebuild. What is this? The pilot captures. Are these actual lights? Oh snap. See, nah. Yeah, see, that's the one where it's reflecting out the window.
I don't know what that is.
That is some weird shit.
You can kind of see it like glaring.
Bologna 2735, contact Ho Chi Minh 120.7, good day. Ho Chi Minh 120.7, good day.
Shit.
I don't know what that is.
That is some weird shit.
You can faintly see a reflection. Yeah, so I don't know about that one right there. That's spotted over in western U.S. high altitude balloon. And it's like, why are they using balloons? Out of all the technology and everything
Buddy's
we have
Appliance
now,
and General Electric
and how
have just
far
made...
we've advanced. Why are they using balloons now?
For several days
don't
now, the
make
U.S. has been
sense.
tracking this surveillance balloon over northern U.S., specifically over Montana. The U.S. says they believe, they're very confident, in fact.
Well, why'd they track it? Why'd they let it go over a nuclear facility?
That it's from China, a balloon that drifted in or came in over Canada and has been over sensitive sites.
And what's Canada's opinion on this? I want to see. Yeah, no. Yeah, see, that's right. I forgot about this. Now, this is a plume of smoke in Ohio. And they like, this is saying train disaster. But this happened last week in Ohio. And I haven't really heard anything about it unless I go and look for it and then see how this randomly comes up. And they're gonna blame the toxins on the UFOs. Trust the deep state. That's interesting. Just shrug it off. Oh, 12 hours ago, says that China's about to do the same. Yeah, I don't... Let's see. But see, you're not going to really hear much that come out of China if you do it. It's pretty amazing or surprising because of the fact that the Chinese government limits or censors, if not all information that comes out. They wouldn't want nothing like this. What is this? UFO states crashes a UFO in Alaska. China shoots down UFOs. Three minutes ago, Sky News. Port City. See if there's images. That's interesting. A row of lights. What is all this? Looks like battleship. Huh. See, I don't get what's up with this picture? Same thing going over China. But I don't see anything. It's quite interesting. Quite interesting. I still don't know what to conclude to. I mean, definitely not UFOs. See, there's like Pentagon videos where they say that they were much smaller than the initial weather balloons. So that's why I'm thinking drones. When they say hexagonal shape, that different location map though is quite interesting. Looks like the balloons in the U.S. like it's happening to us too. That could be a psyop. It could be a false flag that China's trying to do to say, hey, we got balloons too. So, you know, like, you guys need to stop thinking that it's us. Hey, what's up, Valentor? Appreciate you. This makes me think that this is all just distraction war games before somebody decides to actually do something. I hope, to Buddha, that nobody does something stupid with how on edge everybody is. I mean, you got China against Taiwan, you got Russia versus Ukraine, you got U.S. versus China, U.S. versus North Korea, U.S. versus everybody. And see, the whole earthquake thing, again, it's like, there was chatter, I believe that, like, Syria and, let me see what can come up about this. There's something about, like, they were talking about going to war again. And the U.S. knew this, and they did not want another Iraq to pop off, essentially. Because I feel like what are they fighting over? Is it Gaza Strip? Water disputes, civil war, pro-democratic. So essentially, we're going into Syria telling them, hey, you need to start fighting for your freedom from Turkey. I feel like Turkish involvement in Syrian war, or is this just Syria wanting their... That's a different tangent, that's a different line. But because of that, that's essentially, supposedly, conspiracy that's why the U.S. did their quote-unquote earthquake attack. Caused it to happen, seismic. And I've looked into that way back, 2015-16. That's quite a rabbit hole to go down, along with HARP and Jade Helm 15. Project Bluebeam. Quite interesting. See, octagonal. But yet there's no pictures of this one. And it's like, it's really interesting more people don't have POVs. 1 year ago. No, we don't want to do that. We do today. Cylindrical. See, there's a lot of conflicting reports. And then, like, none of these quote-unquote UFOs are looking the same. What is that? Is that a picture from the UFO that was seen by the
Most mobile
Navy?
companies expect you to go the way everyone else goes.
A couple years
Problem
back.
is, you're not everyone else. We're Cox
Or
Mobile, a new
2017, I
kind of
think it
mobile
was.
company with plans that fit you based on the data you need.
Sorry for
Cox
the
Mobile,
commercials, guys.
we're different because you're different.
Other pilots saying that when they looked at the object, they could identify no identifiable propulsion system, and they did not know how it was actually staying in the air.
It's Sunday. Oh, it was taken down quickly. I'll get to more, I don't know, speculation around what the hell this is in a second here, but bizarre.
They looked at the object, they could identify no identifiable propulsion system.
Just the whole thing is very, very weird. Now, there was also reporting that there may have been a third one. So,
see, and the one that they seen in Montana was supposedly over a nuclear facility, the missile silos.
So this is over northern Montana.
Over Montana, why that airspace was closed. I'm just going to read it. Quote, said they thought I detected something.
It seems probably unlikely that it's China. China just spotted their own.
See,
very bizarre. I don't want to jump.
So everybody's going to jump to the conclusion that because it's over China, well, it must not be China. And I jumped to that at first, but then, as you know, false flags and everything turns in bubbling. What?
How is it possible that this administration discovered at least 3 previous balloons that flew over the U.S. under the previous administration, but Trump officials didn't know it was happening?
Yeah, so look, I think that, and we have talked about this before, about how when the PRC government surveillance balloons transited the continental U.S. briefly, at least 3 times, as you just mentioned, during the president's prior administration, and once that we know of the beginning of this administration's, but never for this duration of time, as we know. This information was discovered prior to the administration left, but the intelligence community, as I said, is prepared to give briefings to key officials. But this is something. Sorry, post. But this is something that they were not aware of, as we've just laid out.
All right, guys. So as you just saw there, Corinne Jean-Pierre, the affirm.
Okay, she had trouble saying a couple words. That's not really big. Let's watch this. See what this is.
Getting there, but if you really want to make a splash, you go for the 35-footer. 580.
You're spicy today.
It's just
spicy.
And all of these things also have no identifiable propulsion systems. I put this picture up because you know what just happened to us? Ryan looked up in our tree and saw that there was a balloon, a big one, deflated, and it had a box. And so we got the box down, and it was a radiosonde that it had on the side. It said, "Please mail back to some place way west of here."
Yeah,
right.
It's a weather balloon.
It was a weather. People send up weather balloons all the time. You can go right on NOAA, and they
I mean,
whooping it all up because it's the next curve.
It's so many at once.
Pulled the whole area off, and it was weeks before anybody went there. It was like, oh, and there was nothing left. Whoops. Railroad people, workers were striking for safety. They were saying that they used to have 2 minutes to inspect a car. It's been cut back to 90 seconds. They have this thing called this dynamic, flexible workforce thing, which is a fancy way of saying we make our people work 24 hours or more to stretch, and we cut our workforce by 30%. We've asked them to do even more work, and they said it's very, very unsafe. And by the way, you're not paying us enough to do that. And the railroad company involved in this had just finished buying back billions and billions of dollars of their own stock and rewarding their CEOs and C-suite people with millions of dollars. And Biden stepped in, his administration stepped in, and broke the strike and said, and basically, overruled it.
Oh my God.
And then this happens. And this is the kind of thing that they were very worried about. 9/11, in the days after 9/11, this woman, Christine Todd Whitman. I don't want to make light of it.
If you live right next to it.
So even as a black plume was still rising over East Palestine, Ohio, officials were saying, "Oh, it's safe to return."
How large is the contamination area?
Box, they call it. So they have an airspace where they can go do their training runs, But they go through a box. There's a window that they fly into this area with, and then they come back out again. And he said when they were going through this, they would see these things that looked like, he said, clear balls with a black cube in it. And these things, described as having no visible propulsion system that would definitely fly against the wind and
they just
scoot
be
around
like floating there, suspended.
and people would see them,
Oh, that's on Joe Rogan. That's right.
And Joe said, "How often?" He's like, "All the time."
Like it's just.
That's right. I remember that.
Yeah, and so that was the
Fighter pilot talking about seeing these sphere-like UFOs all the time when they're out doing training runs.
that sort of picture that I found to sort of saying these people, like enough pilots have seen something. There's something going on. There's some stuff flying up. Behind it is this.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. It's quite interesting. Definitely going to be keeping my eye open and researching and talking about this, and maybe do even more videos. Keep you guys up to date what's going on. I've been focusing on posting to Kaotic TV, my other YouTube channel. I also got a lot of music on Kaotic 1. But yeah, so this is, I don't even know what to say, what to wrap my head around. Definitely don't think that it's alien spaceships after looking into all that. I mean, there's a couple things that notated towards it, but I feel like this is either China, Russia, or the U.S. trying to provocate war, or it's a distraction from something that's really badly going on. The Ohio thing, Syria and Turkey. Why aren't we helping? Why haven't we involved with that? If we have, should it be more? It's quite interesting. Much love, guys. Stay safe. Keep your head on the swivel. Prepare for the worst. Do the most for the best. Peace out.